think that in my experience, there's like a sinking of the mind into the heart. Like it's actually almost a physical experience where,
Well, the only thing is, and I just posted something today from Nisargadatta Maharaj, where he said that the devotees that are saying that they're seeing lights or they're feeling some kind of physical sensation or whatever, just take your self back to space. Always try to identify with space. Space can't see light. Space won't have any kind of, you have to have a body sense or an otherness sense in order to think heart and mind and in order to feel something. The idea is that you are space that appears to be holding this body. But when the body consciousness kind of goes, then you're just the space. You're able to use the form, but you're no longer identified with the form, so you remain formless as the space. Yeah. And then that knowingness is that all these other forms, that space is in these forms, and whether those forms appear to be interacting or not, you know it can't be. It can't be. It just can't. The space, everything that's appearing in and on the space, spontaneous presence, is illusion. The only thing that's real is the you that you are, selfless self. But all of the experiences are only that of, you know, Siddharameshwara Maharaj says the ignorance, which is kind of a rough word, especially nowadays. If you say, oh, it's the ignorance, people get very offended. Yeah. But the idea is that it's the ignorance of your own self, the selfless self, the space identifying with body. But when using body, if not identified with body, then there won't be a concept arising that I am seeing something or this is something that's going on other than myself, because space is space. Space is occupying inside and outside this body. You could consider it like the breath, breathing in and breathing out. Goes in and out of this body, in and out of that body, and you can sort of understand that this space is who you are, of this sense of presence. But the space is, if at all you want to identify, like Maharaj says, identify with space or sky. Space is just space. So it can't have any experiences. And sort of also, when you understand that if this is all the space, try to remain in that space-like state and see scenes appear before you, but take yourself out of it. You know what I mean? Like you're walking or you're going in a scene and just see the scene without yourself in it. Observing the scene, knowing that this body is in that scene, but there's no one interested in anything that's going on. And you'll see that this body and all the other bodies are in that scene, but there's not a you in the scene. It's just seeing. And you can do this right now. When you're going to, you know, walk in the mall and see the people as they're coming forward towards you, but take yourself out of it. And you'll be interested to know, too, that you'll respond quite nicely. If somebody says, oh, excuse me, could you tell me how to get to such and such? You'll be able to use this form and respond appropriately and then go back, because you're remaining formless. There doesn't need to be a you to communicate with your own self unless you have the idea of I am somebody else communicating with other. But if you just remain as that space formlessly aware, then it's a very beautiful thing. Every scene that you see in front of you that you know is illusion, take yourself out of it by remaining formlessly aware. And if there does start to be an I am somebody else created, then that's when the beautiful mantra comes in to erase that before those wheels start turning. You know, it's like a perfectly still lake. And as soon as a thought starts to bubble of I am somebody else or some kind of activity is needed, you witness that bubbling because it's perfectly still. And instead of worrying about what that thing is that's creating this kind of thing, you mantra, remain with your selfless self, and it remains still. And even if a ripple's there, you're observing the ripple as it's appearing on your spontaneous presence.